Another episode of the Uncensored Truth Podcast. I'm your brother, old guy from Hip Hop News Uncensored, and sitting across from me is my co-host.
What it do? What's good? It's your brother Sam and Viral Hip Hop News. You're in the building with the best, and we are live, baby. Another episode of the Uncensored Truth Podcast with our special guest in the building. Oh God, what's good, my brother?
What up, man? We in the building, like you said, every Friday night. A little late tonight, but please, forgive us, man. But we here like we are every week, man. We appreciate all the listeners that's going to tune in tonight and even later on YouTube, Spotify, Google Play, or wherever the hell you're listening to this podcast, man. We're excited tonight, Sam, man. How you doing tonight, though, bro?
I feel marvelous, man. Make sure y'all drop the Mary codes in the building as you're coming in. You already know how we do.
Yeah.
But hey, oh God, I feel good. We got our brother at our 12 o'clock. Riz, you already know, you hear him in the building right now. Everybody asking, yo, who that? Who that on the intro? Who that on the intro? Well, we got the brother right here, my man Riz, man. How you doing, big dog? Real good to have you, man.
Yeah.
Real good to have you, man. Excited to talk to you.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
You do, man. You listen, we got a little bit of your project, but we'll get into all that, man. Let's get the people in the building, get them warmed up. But oh God, how was your day, man?
Oh man, it was great, man. Definitely can't wait to get here tonight, man, and get this interview. And man, I always love the Friday nights to get in front of the people, rap with the people, read the comments and whatnot. Because the people make this all possible, man. If it wasn't for the people, we wouldn't be here. So
ain't that the truth?
Excited, man. Definitely.
Indeed, man. Shout out to all those people on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, and all major online platforms that are dropping by the numbers. The floods are coming in. We see you, and we humbly appreciate everyone. Make sure you keep sharing the content. Make sure you keep sharing the music. Everything that you hear that we deliver is all self-made, self-owned. So please support. We do always appreciate you. But yeah, man, what we going to be talking about today in the building, big dog?
Well, we're going to talk about, Red 609. As you know, he's the guy who's on our intros. You know what I mean? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. On all the channels and whatnot. And, talk about Nipsey. Talk about his project, his music, his life, and just have a real, talk like we were just having, chilling, man, before we came in. So yeah, I'm excited, man, to get into this and talk some real talk today, man.
Indeed, man. I was sharing that on Viral Hip Hop News right now. I'm sure you're doing it on Hip Hop News
sir.
Uncensored, man. We appreciate each and every one of y'all. Make sure you also share, man. But I'm gonna drop this music real quick by our brother Red 609. Like I said, you see us right here.
Yeah.
614 in the building, 804. The Bay Area, we see you. We always see you. But yeah, man, got our man over here. It's a longtime friend of mine through the music, through the county, just through love, Jersey love all day long. You know what I mean? One of the best rappers, one of the best lyricists that we have out here in Jersey and beyond.
Facts.
And it's a beautiful thing that we get to finally get to support him in the way that we justly need to support this brother. But yeah, man, we got Riz in the building. Riz, man, how you doing, man? Talk to the people real quick.
I'm good. I'm actually a little better now that I'm here. Now that I got a chance to share y'all platform. You know what I mean? Y'all been showing me so much love these past few weeks. You know what I mean? So I'm definitely, I'm ecstatic to be here tonight. You know what I mean?
Indeed.
Love. I'm saying this is a blessing.
Indeed. Well, I know when we first started the platforms, when they were young, we all got a connection to music. You got a connection. I got a connection. We got a love for music. And it had to be a staple on both platforms individually. And when we started the podcast, it had to be a staple.
Mm-hmm.
And we show love to our people that we love. So we're always going to sit there and show people to love to the people.
Yeah.
And for ways, whatever, business reasons, things weren't solidified on the other end, where it went beyond the love, and we had to understand that the business had to play a big role in this, because we don't want this to go to waste.
Yeah.
You feel me? This is a wasted opportunity. As humble as we are, we do understand the masses of people that we get to, and to put exceptional music, no matter who we get it from, because it's all exceptional from all our brothers.
Mm-hmm.
The business has to be solidified. So I guess my first question would be, how did you break into the music industry, being independent, and just having such a great business mind and a business sense to take care of your business?
Put
the mic up to you, my back.
I want to say, we've been doing this for so long. I mean, the basic street tell, like any other, rapper. We started with a crew. We started in high school. We went around the city, Atlantic City. You know what I mean? We battled, and we basically made a name for ourselves. And from there, we put our little projects out in the record stores, and did our little shows around, and just started getting our little buzz up. We got recognized by Rodney Jerkins at the time. You know what I mean? When he was on fire, and from there we did some business with the game and them, and you know, from there, like the rest was history. He brought, you know, Black Wall Street over to Atlantic City. We did a deal with him. Got our name more, you know, I guess more than just the local buzz. Like I guess more out there. And then from there, we just kept grinding. You know what I mean? Linked up with some cats from New York. Shout out MBS and my production people out there. Linked up with some cats from Philly. Shout out Data. And on the folks out there, my dude Wiz. And obviously J Doe Rain, who made the more Malcolm X record. Yeah, you know what I mean, from the area locally. And we just grinded, you know what I mean, and we hit.
Word. Indeed. So a lot of people, man, you're getting a crazy buzz, I know, on all 3 platforms about the music. Everybody asking who's this. And once we start kind of showing them who you are and they hear the music, a lot of people are asking, well, why name it More Malcolm, Less Martin? How'd you get Conway? They want to know the inspiration behind the song, man. So get the people out there, the loyal listeners listening right now, watching, a little bit of perspective in regards to your thoughts in making More Malcolm, Less Martin.
Shout out Rain on the production. As far as the title of the track, I mean, I think for everything that's going on with just everything that's going on with our people in general, as far as you could take Nipsey's death, you could take the cops getting acquitted, you could take any set of events, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a time that we just needed more Malcolm-like solutions and less Martin-like solutions. Meaning the marches are great, you know what I mean? They bring our people together. We get a chance to come together and no matter what the situation is, grieve, let off steam, speak on the issue at hand that we're marching for. But what's the solution? You know what I mean? Like what we've been marching, our grandparents and their grandparents marched. You know what I mean?
Right.
Where's the results? You know what I'm saying? And I think that Malcolm's beef with Martin over that subtle approach is justified. Like you could see, even from then they were looking for results. We're still looking for results today. You know what I mean? So I think it's just a time that we need more Malcolm and less Martin. You know what I mean? And shout out Griselda Records. Why not a Conway the Machine right now?
Fact.
You know what I mean?
One of the best out here doing it. Shout out to Griselda.
Definitely. And you can right now, you can get Riz's music right now. In the description box right below, it says listen to Riz, and the link below. Go get his music right now. He's the artist that's on every single channel that you see us on. Hip Hop News, Central Viral Hip Hop News in this channel. The intro music is this brother right here. Please show him some love, man. I just want to talk about Nipsey, man, once again, because we kind of talking about that, and that's been on everybody's heart. And for whatever reason, didn't know him personally, but just what he meant to the community. Entrepreneurs, we're all entrepreneurs. You're in the music and whatnot. You have a song, I don't know the name of the song, where you make a reference, to Nipsey. So talk about that, man, that whole thing, and how's that affected you, this week.
It's a tragedy. I mean, to see all of we've seen the Bootsy interviews and the other celebrities talking about, prior to the passing of Nipsey, about the artists getting killed in their neighborhoods. I mean, we know local artists who, didn't get a tenth of the publicity as, a famous artist that we know personally who have been killed in their neighborhoods. You know what I mean? So it's a tragedy, man. Like we lost a legend. You know what I'm saying? We lost somebody who we didn't even get a chance to see. Look at the impact that his life is having on the world right now. And this last project was considered his first album.
Fact.
You know what I mean? Like that's like deep. When you put that in perspective, like that was considered his final project is his first album. You know what I mean? Like, it's sad. Like it's a tragedy. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Rest in peace to that guy.
Indeed.
Yeah, definitely, man. So what do you feel like about, people coming from the hood though and going back? Because we all know that, Nipsey, like we were talking about, probably made that run a lot of times, went back to a store, but the need. Speak on the need of people to be protected once you're, known like Nipsey, going back into these dangerous, environments, because you don't want to, go out before your time per se. You got kids and a legacy to leave. Speak on that whole aspect if you can.
I would. I mean, it's a tragedy. Like, it's a tragedy it's a tragedy that us as a people, our most dangerous environment is our home. I mean, if you think about just the United States and alone, like, we know that there's pockets in this country where we're not welcome at all. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We're more safer probably in those areas, as far as a random act of violence, walking around in those areas than in our own backyards per se. You know what I mean? That and alone I mean, we need to do something about that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, the march and everything is cool, but we need to do something about that. We've heard too many people talk about that, and all of us are aware of that. But we need a solution to change that. You know what I mean?
Facts. And I think Nipsey was kind of starting a solution. I mean, you were talking prior to you getting there, bro, and we were talking about even relationships and how there used to be bad arguments when you're struggling, when things are going not to where you need them to go, when people are just at their boiling point, both you and her and the family, you got nowhere else to turn, and you automatically just flip the switch in frustration.
Right.
And it was a comfort in understanding when things got good, the frustration, the violence, all of that bullshit got kind of set aside. And when you see what Nipsey was doing to that neighborhood and that community, and he was beginning to change the paradigm where the drugs were going down, the violence was going down, jobs were being created, economic structure was being changed. It was a breath of fresh air, and these things started really affecting and really the conversation. Like you said, when are we going to stop marching and start changing? That conversation and that was beginning to happen. And for him to be taken
is a tragedy.
It's a
to some before him, to some of the personal ones that we know personally, you know what I'm saying, from our neighborhoods that were literally, legitimately good people.
Like, come on, man.
You know what I mean? Were just good people that were taken way before their time, no matter what the circumstance. For it not to be safe for you as a human being, where you're from,
right,
is, I mean, it's crazy.
It's nuts.
Yeah, like that's a travesty in itself. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Riz, I want to ask you another question on Nipsey, because we were all around, even though we were younger, when Big and Pac died, when Pun died, even though Pun died due to health, it wasn't tragic as a Big and a Pac. And then we see Nipsey. And I've been pondering on this for a couple days now, because it's almost damn near 2 weeks, as crazy as that thing's going into the weekend that he's passed. And this affects me more than Big and Pac did, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, and I'm not afraid to say that. It's not even. This affects me more, man.
I think me too. I think for the fact that maybe I was trying to put my thumb on that of why, and I think for me personally, it is maybe because we're older and understand it more, so we understand the loss. We understand, as when Big and Pac died, rest in peace. Me personally, I was sad for losing them. Probably never crossed my mind to think about really the loss of his kids, the loss of everything they were doing outside of music. You know what I mean? It was just, damn, we lost a dope rapper that I like to listen to. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That I love for. With Nip, it felt like you lost a piece. I know, to me, it felt like I lost a piece of me, because it's like, if any real nigga in this, around this world could feel something from him that feels like a part of you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And taking him from us like that is like, to me personally, it feels like you took like a little slice or something of me that I know that I'm left with, you know, victory lap and everything, you know, that he did from now and prior. You know what I mean? And I think that, you know, just like, you know, rest in peace, Nip, it's a tragedy.
Fact.
Definitely. So what's next, man? To move, past that. But I don't really want to get too deep in the whole, conspiracy thing, even though it's not. It's a lot of, missing pieces to the puzzle, and it's just been a sad, especially if you ever lost somebody that was close to you in a manner like this, friend, anything. It kind of, I was saying, re-triggered that pain again. You kind of feel it again because what he meant. He was just a good dude, and we hate for this to happen.
Fact.
Him. Well, what's next, man? You think for people, you're a rapper and whatnot. What would you, how would you suggest that people move, like going through these neighborhoods now? Because it's like you don't want to have to go out there and per se be strapped every time. I have to have security though.
Yeah, you don't even want to start shooting and not to cut you off.
Not either.
But you don't even want to have a situation escalate to a shooting that might, all because it's guns around. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, every time somebody passes in a violent manner, especially if you see it or hear about it or whatever, like it makes everybody feel a little bit unsafer. You know what I mean? So in turn, everybody's more on high alert.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, so you're willing to react to anything. You know what I mean? Because you're thinking survival. You know what I mean? You've seen what can happen being good.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you're thinking survival. And I think that, I mean, we have us as a people and as the communities that we live in around this country and abroad, like we have some real deep rooted psychological, some type of issue that like we have to, we gotta, I don't know the solution, so it's hard even trying to explain it, but we have to do something to get, that's when people say get over a hump, we got like a fucking, excuse my language, we got like a mountain of something that we need to, when you think about that, man, you go in this, you're safer in a racist, damn near Ku Klux Klan brand neighborhood than you are walking in the wrong Black neighborhood and them not knowing who you are.
Yeah.
Niggas kill you just for coming around there and them not knowing who you are. Not knowing if you bring an opportunity, not knowing if you just lost. You know what I'm saying? We have something wrong with us that we need to get to the root of that problem. But we can look at each other as a brother or as not out of fear or not with that self-hate that I put up. This is on subject, but not off subject. This is off subject a little bit, but still on subject. I put up a post the other day that said, if we still had everybody that y'all killed, the victims and the ones who got convicted for the killings, period, we could have been changed the vote.
That's a fact. Think about it.
Think about that. We could have got any type of law. They talking about reparations and like fuck all that. We could have had maybe Black Congress and Senate, you know what I'm saying? Or majority, you know what I'm saying? More Blacks on the Supreme Court, all types of shit. If we had the strength is in the numbers.
Yeah.
Every other culture knows that. The strength is in the numbers. Every day we cutting our numbers down over bullshit and then complaining about all the bullshit that we don't get because we don't have the numbers to, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like a fucking, like a dog chasing his tail, bro. And I think it's a sick cycle out here.
That's another reason why, and I said this to you on off camera. I was like, man, this is way bigger than Pac and Big to me. I said, this is almost on the level, dare I say, of a Martin and a Malcolm of our generation. Because when you listen to everybody that's talking and everybody that's hurt right now and devastated, it's not about his music, man. You don't hear about Victory Lap. You don't hear about the mixtapes. You don't hear about his beginning. You don't hear about the Double XL magazine. You hear about him and what he was doing out here for his people, his how he was as a man, how he was as a protector to his woman. That's a strong motherfucker that you don't take away that easy. And dare I say that he's on that level, whether that may sound ignorant or premature now. Trust and believe when it's all said and done, he'll be renowned just as high. And because this is deeper than rap. I'm not sitting here mourning this brother, like you said, like a piece of you was taken. Like you said, we could feel this because it's kind of this hits home harder than it should. You know what I mean? This is on another level than rap.
Yeah.
So I want to just transition real quick after saying all that to the people in rap, because you're a rapper and you're in the industry. We're not going to name any names, but there are people out here, unfortunately, that they're trying to, in a day and age where this is very easy to get a lot of attention from this and a lot of notoriety from this unfortunate passing. Now, we've seen the Kodak Black situation with the T.I. and the Game, and we've seen a number of other people that we can kind of swoop into this conversation. What do you think about rappers? We won't put any names out there, but rappers in particular, kind of just taking it to the point where they're just going to use it to promote a platform. Do you think it's happening? Am I wrong for saying that?
I think that it's being not even just this. I think that it's like that's just like the new wave. I think that the bullshit is getting people's name, you know what I'm saying, trending or whatever the fuck the case may be. And from that, you know what I mean, it's singles coming behind it. You know what I mean? Like it's a fucked up time right now. And then with the guys that you mentioned earlier, I think that if you're in the industry and this industry problem or whatever, I think even behind the scenes, if the street dudes, you shouldn't go on social media for shit. You should never dispute with no, you know what I mean? Have no dispute with another man or whatever on social media. You know what I mean? I think you should be able to reach out or pull up or whatever the fuck else you want to do. But once you go on social media, it turns into like WWE or some bullshit. Like,
that's exactly what I said.
Crowd of people around now that's just instigating, throwing fuel on the fire. Now your pride and ego, even if you don't want to hurt this person or don't want to do something to this person, now you gotta now you're reacting for the fans, basically. You know what I mean? And it's a sad day.
Definitely. So what's next, man? You know, when your career in music, you know, to kind of transition over to that, man.
Kingpin.
Yes, sir. Yeah, talk about that, man. The project and everything, what you got coming out, and you know, and all that. Definitely.
We got the LP Kingpin coming out all platforms soon. iTunes, Spotify, you know, well, everywhere, basically. You know, executively produced by my dude J Doe. Production with my dude Rain, featuring Conway on the More Malcolm Les Martin joint. We got Ralph out there now in stores. Thank you for you guys promoting that record for me also.
Indeed.
And we just grinding. Basically, like we always did. Music That Matters is the label, and basically what we're doing, we putting out music that matters to us, for people that like the music that we make, and it matters to them. You know what I mean?
Fact. But we after playing the record, a lot of people in our demographic is our age, so it was a breath of fresh air, especially amongst the music we hear in 2019. Now, just talk about your inspiration behind the music. We got a little bit of a sneak peek of the project, and we definitely appreciate that. So we already know the vibe that it's on, and it's dope. Get a little bit into the inspiration behind the album. Get a little bit behind why you were just going against the grain to where you hear nowadays. Did that worry you? Did that bother you, thinking that maybe you wouldn't get a certain demographic of listener, or that you wouldn't get a certain number or reach a certain height? Like, what was you thinking in doing this kind of project?
I mean, well, first you listen to the radio, you listen to everything that's out digitally, and when you're making the kind of music that we make, you know that we're in a total different pocket. But it's like, if everything is, you know, no disrespect to anybody, but if everything is auto-tuned and melody, rap now or whatever, and that's what the youngsters are doing, and that's I'm cool with that. That's actually what I really listen to, you know what I'm saying, more than you can't find what we listen to. You find that kind of music more. Fucking, that's like car metaphor. That's like a highway being clogged up and then they having a open lane. Might be a slower lane, but it's wide. It's no traffic on it. You can just cruise on it. You know what I mean? I'd rather take the highway and cruise that's not crowded than to be, you know what I mean? And it stands out that way than to be, you know, trying to do what all the youngsters and what everybody else is doing at this time.
Right. Indeed. Well, project's dope.
I appreciate it.
It's fire.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate it. Thank you.
When is it coming out, man? I know you told me about a couple weeks ago that you were getting ready to lay out this week.
Yeah,
the first week of all April and stuff like that.
Put it out on the first, and you know, due to unfortunate circumstances and everything else, like the climate. You know, I had a conversation with J Doe, and I basically told him, like, that would be selfish to, you know what I mean? It ain't about us. You know what I'm saying right now. You know what I mean? The homies, net music is streaming, and you know what I'm saying. People going towards that. Let people grieve and let them. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna throw a new project out there and say, hey, well, in the midst of all this, look at what we do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not that important to me. I think that this was unfortunate circumstances, and we need to just ride this out. And when it feels right, you know, since it's done and it's ready, when it feels right, it'll be out.
Word. That's it. I mean, that was an interesting. I wasn't even expecting that answer, but it makes sense given the climate. It really don't. The energy is still it's heavy.
Like I mean, that's how I felt personally. You know, I actually drove down to the studio and we had this conversation. You know what I'm saying? A few days ago, I was like, it just, you know what I mean? It doesn't feel right. You know what I mean? Like this is the homie shining. Just let him shine. You know what I'm saying?
Fact.
Definitely.
Listening
to the hip hop now, man, and we look at, you know, what happens in the different inner cities and even the suburbs now. You look at Nipsey and gang culture. We know that a lot of these rappers, you know, promote that in their music, you know what I mean? And I understand it. We understand because they come from that lifestyle. But do you think, in your estimation, that hip hop has become a deaf culture for us, for Black people, as far as like, you know, the lyrics and stuff and what it promotes to the younger generation?
I think that musicians or artists, in a whole, no matter what the genre, are products of their environment. It's like if you look at, it's a lot of rock and roll fans and artists who have, you know, OD'd on, you know, their choice of, you know what I'm saying? Like that's in drug culture is a part of the rave and the mosh pit and that music. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You have us, gangster rap and, you know, whatever the case may be. That's part of our culture. You know what I'm saying? The music is just the music is like a symptom of like an illness. You feel what I'm saying? Like that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The music is like a symptom. It's like that's just something bubbling up to the surface. You know what I mean? So you have the rapping about the killings, the rapping about this, the rapping about that, but then you know you see that. We see that. You know what I mean? In real life. So I mean, we got to change, bro. We got to change. When we change, then you'll see everything else change. The music, everything, like the whole energy will change. You know what I mean? But we got to change and do something about us and having that rage, that type of vibe. We got to do something about changing that first.
Facts, man. Shout out to everyone right now listening to the Uncensored Truth podcast, live exclusively on the Uncensored Truth podcast platform. You already know we got Riz in the building, the orchestrator, the orchestrator, the man doing his motherfucking thing. Let him know, man. Let him know. Indeed, man. He is the artist on More Malcolm Less Martin featuring Conway the Machine. You hear it on Uncensored Truth podcast, viral hip hop news and hip hop news uncensored. You already know, man. Salute to you. Let's talk about what did I want to ask you in regards to your lyrics and in regards to the beat making, because even the beat making, you were talking about that in the whip and how you were kind of wanting to go against the grain when it came to beat making and how that's even different in the day and age. But beats are fucking important, bro. So just talk about what was the mind and the thinking behind the beat making.
Just slowing the BPMs, whatever. Yeah, just slowing the tempo down, basically. You know what I mean? It's like same effect Hove had on us with Reasonable Doubt. Not to compare, I'm not comparing my album to Reasonable Doubt or anything like that, but at the time when it came out, I remember, and hip hop was, the tempo of hip hop was a little faster then. People overlooked that album because the songs were so slow. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
I mean, fast forward to today, he's the greatest. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? It's just the slower tempo. You get back, you get time to bring the songs back, listen to them. You know what I mean? Absorb them, and it feels more like art, more like music than just like fly by night. I'm trying to get some stream songs. You know what I mean?
Singles.
Yeah.
Throw them in the club real quick.
Yeah.
I hear you.
I mean, yeah.
Let me jump back.
Music, like i.e. the living music that matters. You know what I mean?
Facts. Oh God, you got that Famous Dex stuff queued up?
Yeah, I got you.
I want to talk about Famous Dex real quick. Young rapper. Now, I personally don't know any of his fucking music. I'm not gonna lie to you. But a couple months back, the brother was on live and he was seen nodding, falling asleep. We've all seen that nod before. I did a video on viral. I don't know if we did it together or if I did it solo. I don't even remember at this time, but I said that he was over there nodding. His team and his squad needs to get this kid help because he obviously has addictions and demons that he needs to get a grip on. And his circle around him don't seem to have a good stronghold on him. One, because why are you filming this? Two, why don't you get this kid some help before he goes down the road? We've seen Mac Miller die. We've seen a number of other rappers die because of substance abuse. And this is a culture that these young kids, millions and millions of followers, are listening to and gravitating to. He dropped something on IG. Oh God, if you want to play that, and then Riz, I want to get your perspective on that.
I just want to thank God. I don't do Zans, lean, over with. You know what I'm saying? God is good. God is great. I just want to thank God for everything. I want to thank my supporters. I want to thank everybody supporting me. Everybody that know, you know what I'm saying? God is so good. I'm relaxed. I'm chilling. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm good. God is good, man. You know? He's good. He's great. He's great. He's great. You know what I'm saying? He's good. And I'm doing it for me and my children. And get right. Dexter. And do it.
Riz, what's your thoughts on that, man? What you thinking on young Dex? Well, first off, do you listen to Dex? What is the Famous Dex? Do you listen to his music? And what do you think about that, man?
I've heard a few of his songs.
How's his music? Same old shit.
Yeah, pretty decent. Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, for today's climate. Yeah.
Same old shit. I got you. Same old shit. You ain't got to say it. You're a rapper. You're a rapper. I get it. They can come to us and come to us. Same old shit. I got you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's pretty decent.
All right.
But I have seen a few videos of him not and stuff like that, and I think that to hear him saying that he's done with whatever. I mean, I've seen video. I don't know how recent the video was, but I've seen something not too long ago where it looked like he was not or whatever. So I mean, if just stay committed to it, bro. You know what I mean? He's seen too many examples of. I mean, rest in peace, Mac Miller, and you know what I mean. The other homie, like a bunch of homies, like it's got too many examples that you've seen where that leads. You know what I mean? So
that's a fact,
yeah,
man.
I mean, it's good to hear him. God is good. So yeah.
Okay, what you think about that, man?
Stick with that. You know what I mean?
I think it's great, man. I mean, you know, because these guys, when you look at him, you can see that he, you know, he got the tats on his face. Kind of remind you of Lil Wayne a little bit. You know what I mean? So a lot of these dudes that come out now, like Kodak and these cats, was influenced by Weezy. So
wow.
I just think a lot of guys, even though they come from that environment, they got to just be careful not to promote it. You know what I mean? And, you know, ultimately people are going to make that choice to do what they're going to do anyway. But when they're influential, so that when some people see them promoting it, they want to do it too. Just like when they was popping the bottles and shit, we wanted to pop the bottles and stuff. So I think it's a good thing, man, you know, to see him come off. Hopefully he can stay clean.
That's funny that you...
Yeah, that's the biggest. That's the biggest. Yeah, I mean, it's early.
Right.
That's a one day at a time. You know what I'm saying? Thing.
It's funny that you bring Wayne up, man. It interests me a lot because in thinking this or on watching him go through this, I'm like, wow, first off, I hope that he continues to do it because you're going to have a lot of people in your comment section, everybody telling you, you ain't going to keep this going. You're lying. You'll be on it next week and everybody will be in your head. You know how these kids are influenced by the phone and all that bullshit. If he is genuine in saying this, you don't want him to kind of go astray because of the nonsense. But you bring up Wayne, man, and he had such a heavy influence on so many rappers. And one of the I guess the criticism I give Wayne today is he's not giving anybody any substance. He's still coming with bars. The brother can rap his ass off. No one's denying that. But what is he giving to the people? What is he giving to the youth that's going to give them something extra to think about? And I'm not saying that he's to blame, not at all for it. But when you look at the tats, when you look at the dreads, when you look at all of that, it does give you just reminiscence of Wayne all day long, rapping and everything.
Facts.
Do you think that holds heavy on his heart? Oh God first, and then Riz, I want to get your
Wayne's heart,
on that.
you mean?
Yeah. Do you think he thinks about that? Because we've seen him just say rest in peace to Nip. His son was up there looking just like him. It's funny, man.
I don't know. I mean, you really can't fully blame him because it's like it's an influence. Again, their parents should be there because it's like
Mm-hmm.
ultimately you got to make the choice to pick up this stuff. Nobody's gonna force it. You know what I mean? Drink down your throat, pill down your throat, none of that. You got to make that choice to do it and stay on it. Just like you got to make the choice to come off. So, you know, I don't think that you know, he feels bad about that. You know what I'm saying?
Should he?
Maybe
Because it's influence. I mean, we talk about it all the time, man. When we come on here and we're minuscule compared to Wayne's numbers and what he has out there, the people that watch him. But we have a responsibility on here. We're gonna give it true, we're gonna give it raw, but we're also going to be respectful, regardless of anybody we talk about. Whether you agree or disagree with what we got to say, we'll always remain respectful. So that's because we hold a responsibility to the people that we get to. So do you know do you think he feels it at all? You think that he should?
I mean, you know, he talked about what he did in his music. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like he was necessarily telling somebody, I mean, you're gonna do this is good for you. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know, and at the time I thought it was cool. And I mean, the way he put it together and all that, I thought it was hot. You know what I'm saying? yeah, he did it good or whatever. But you know what I'm saying? I think it's definitely gonna have its effects on certain people out there because, you know, cats that I seen, you know, they was doing it because they heard they did it. They drunk the lean because they heard they did it. And then they found it out in the street. Next thing you know, they was doing lean, and then they was doing this, and they was doing that. So, yeah, man, it definitely has a you know, influence. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. What you think?
I mean, I'm pretty sure Wayne probably was influenced by, say, like a Pimp C, rest in peace, or somebody. You know what I mean? So it's like it's basically like a cycle. As far as I wanted to touch on real quick what you said about as far as like the tattoos and stuff like that, like the look. I mean, he did all that and grabbed a guitar, so obviously he was mimicking basically the rock stars. They looked like that for years.
That's a good point.
So if you waited until Wayne, basically what I'm saying is you can't point the finger at Wayne like that was there. You know what I mean?
Not right.
Great point.
Yeah, that's a good point.
If once Wayne did it and then this next generation just decided to pick it up, I mean, we seen that. You know what I mean? It was mostly the white boys or whatever, but we seen that. You know what I mean? The tattoos and you know what I mean, and all that. So we didn't do, you know what I mean, that.
Right.
We came up seeing that.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, you know what I mean. Your influences, how strong are you a leader or follower? You know what I mean, basically.
Right.
Facts.
Go ahead. Okay, you got something?
No.
Off the cuff, Riz. I just want to ask you. This is random, man. This is straight random. Top 5 rappers in the game right now to you. You know what? No, that's a broad fucking top 3. Your top 3
in the game right now.
Yeah.
Man.
Dead or alive or in the game now? In the game now. All right, in the game.
Let's put it in the game now. It's too good. In the game now.
Right now.
In the game now.
My top 3.
Yeah.
That I've been listening to is not in a particular order, but it would be Benny the Butcher,
okay,
Conway the Machine, and Westside Gunn.
All Griselda.
Yeah,
they can spit.
That's a fact.
That's a bold statement, man. I'm not saying I disagree with you, but them motherfuckers is all nasty.
Yeah. My guy put me on them a few years ago, and I've been hooked. You know what I mean? I went through a period of time, and I'm not listening to anything but that. I mean, that catalog's so broad. You know what I'm saying? I'm just listening to them, like, because that's what we do. You know what I'm saying? So that had seen like, oh shit, there's some dudes currently doing this now. Like, that was crazy to me. You know what I mean? So I fucks with them. I respect them. I like what they doing. You got
the feature with Conway, and you obviously that record's off the hook as soon as we heard it, because you were promoting Ralph, and Ralph, I love Ralph, and I have Ralph promoting, and then we had some paperwork things going on, but Ralph is dope, and shout out to anybody the Ralph is still in my description box. If you want to hear that more music by Riz, go ahead and drop description box. You'll see that. But you name all platforms. We ain't playing. But you look at them 3 in particular, and they don't get the notoriety or the push as a lot of people. Now, you're genuine rappers. I remember first hearing Benny the Butcher, Conway the Machine. I remember hearing these names in Griselda Records in the tattoo parlor last year with my man Angel, and he was rocking the records, and I was like, yo, who are these? And, this is Benny, this is Conway, this is Baba, and I was like, yo, damn, these boys can spit. This is hard. And I was trying to put on other shit. I ain't gonna name the names because these rappers are dope. He's like, you need to listen to this, and I'm just like, it brought you back to the Wu-Tang and just that gutter music and them old intros we used to listen to, man. So are they feared right now in the game? Them three?
They should be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I would say to the dudes that are looking at them as, I mean, look, as competition, look at the title of the albums, Everybody's Food. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just drop Everybody's Food 3. You know what I mean? Like, they got their foot on niggas' necks, you know what I'm saying? And niggas is definitely, they have the product, you know what I'm saying? Like they ain't just talk, you know what I mean? Like they can back up what they talking about musically, you know what I mean? Like they have the records behind them to prove, you know what I'm saying, what they talking about. And they movement is dope, man. And I definitely respect it, and I definitely love that M fucked with them and want to give them a shot, especially for, like I said, slowing the tempos down and you know what I'm saying, what they doing, and salute to them dudes, man.
Speaking of M, man, and I don't know if you're gonna be able to answer this question, but I'm just gonna answer it anyway, because you got them three brothers in West Side Gunner, Conway the Machine, and Benny the Butcher. They remind us a little bit of who's my man, Slaughterhouse. And they were signed to Shady Records. And we've seen all the bullshit that came out with that. And you got a lot of whispers out there now saying that Eminem possibly could be holding these three brothers back. Now, if I'm not mistaken, you're independent.
True.
So you freelance, you're doing your thing.
Yeah.
We see the movement behind that, and I salute that. I'm 100% with independent all day long, up and down. Is being in a blessed situation with Eminem a gift or a curse for a team like them three, knowing how they move and how they work and given the following that they have? Are they held back being in that position, in your opinion, or ever or pushed being in that position?
I would think that they probably would make the best of any situation. I mean, we are from the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like you learn to adapt, adjust. You know what I'm saying? Niggas gonna make, your mom was making meals with nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's where you come from. She made something to eat. Like, we ate every day. And we ate every day. Every time we checked in the kitchen to get something to eat, it was nothing. You know what I mean? So it's like you come from that type of environment, that type of, it's like in your DNA to know to make the best out of your situation. And I think, not just even speaking on them, but you give anybody with that amount of talent any type of situation, I think you're going to do, there's no way you can hold that back. You know what I mean? Or drop the ball on that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, like I was just like, shout out to them dudes.
Fact.
I agree, man. But yeah, man, let everybody know where they can find your music once again.
Spotify title, everywhere digitally, Red 609 on all digital platforms. Red 609 on the Twitter, Rizzo Goons, Facebook, Red 609 on Twitter, Instagram, Rizzo Goons on Facebook.
And his music is in the description box right below us. If you look below what we're speaking at on your screen, go find him right now. It says Red 609 and it says Apples lit up in blue. We're gonna play his music real quick on the way out. Definitely, yeah, man.
Drop them area codes, man. Let's talk to the people, because we ain't really been into this chat room, and we love our people in the chat, man.
Yes.
How y'all enjoying the conversation so far? Have y'all been listening to Riz music? Drop that 1. If you fuck with our boy Riz, drop that 2. If not so much. We big boys over here. We understand the truth. Let us know right now. It's the hardest shit out. I don't care what y'all say. Shout out to the city. Shout out to Jersey. Shout out to Jersey. Understand? Got the area codes.
Yes, sir.
Russell Westbrook mixed with Boogie Cousins. 720 in the building.
Okay. 214 Dallas in the building. We see you. I got a lot of ones. Okay.
And ones is up.
Yeah.
Ones is up.
Get that music in the description box. Go right in the description and grab his music.
Sponsored by none other than South Jersey. You already know. Independent, self-made, self-owned. Riz, you gotta give me some more of your music, bro. I got Ralph over here, but I can't play that for the people because he got that locked all the way down. And that's my shit. You understand me? I don't see any twos in the building right now. It's all love.
Yeah, straight up.
Boston in the building.
330, that's what's up.
Good show. We appreciate you. Number 1, Texas in the building. My bad.
No doubt. I see y'all in here tonight. We appreciate it. Everybody go ahead and hit the like button as well. And please show this brother some love. Somebody played this shit is a banger. I've been bumping it for a few weeks.
That's a
Okay,
fact,
that's
man.
what's up.
Just sent you a rough copy of Due Diligence. I think.
Just got it on my phone right now. Or you sent it to my email?
See the 508 in the building, 909 in the building.
I ain't get it yet.
Standing, man. What up? What up? We see you in tonight. BA, Jersey in here. 513. I see you. 614, 909, 508. South Jersey. That's right.
Well, we're going to continue to rock Mirz's music. We can't get that up right now. It's all good. But we're going to get his music. And we're going to get some of these new joints. And we're going to get some fresh shit over for y'all next week.
Yes,
Go ahead and cop the album. Soon as it comes out, we got Out of Respect for King Nipsey right now. For West Coast, we're going to sit there and put that on pause. But the second it comes out, you will hear it exclusively right here on Viral Hip Hop News Uncensored. And you already know the Uncensored Shoot Podcast official channel.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all rocking out. So with us, man, 909 in the building, 915 Texas. We do our damn thing, man.
Yes, sir. It's Red 609. I see Jersey 201 in the building. Producer Hot. I see you. Oh, that's hot. That's hot. Okay.
Well, oh, word. Hakeem, what up? What
yeah,
up?
that's what's up. All right. Definitely. But yeah, man, with that being said, you know, we're gonna pull up out of here tonight. Once again, please show this brother some love. If you like this music, go in the description box right now below us and go cop his music right now. Please, man. Definitely.
Indeed, man. We'll check y'all out Monday. You already know the Uncensored Truth Podcast.
Thank you for having me here too.
Yeah, man. Always. We got to get you back on once the album is officially released. You know what I mean? Promoting. Get some good talk going on. But yeah, man, you've heard it here first. Go ahead and listen on iTunes, Spotify, and Google Play. That'll be up tomorrow morning on your way to work, chilling with the kids, walking the dog, whatever you do. And make sure you always share the content. It is Sam and for Viral Hip Hop News. Oh, God. Hip Hop News Uncensored and our brother Red 609. You already know.
Atlantic City.
Tell him we out of here, man.
Over and out.